Well, good Thursday, everybody. I'm 5 News Chief Meteorologist Skot Covery. Good to see you here on 5 Plus and 5newsonline.com. It's here where we get to spend a little bit more time together, going in deep into the science of how the weather is impacting you. And today and tomorrow, no question about it, it's the heat. Heat index values this afternoon alone have ranged anywhere from 100. Some of us already pushing north of 110. And before the day's over with, some of us could get closer to 115. And here's the thing. Heat doesn't necessarily go away tomorrow. It's going to be another scorcher out there to round out the work week on your Friday, but relief isn't too far away. So let's dive in. Today, noon to 9, that's going to be that critical window in which we do have a weather impact alert issued. And tomorrow, your Friday, same exact forecast. Noon to 9, 110 to 115. That's the impact. What do you need to do? Well, you know the drill. This heat isn't necessarily uncommon around here, but as I like to say, that doesn't necessarily make it safer for us, right? You still got to take care of yourself out there, whether you're just going for a jog, trying to take the dog on a walk, or there's a lot of folks around here that have to work outside no matter what the weather's like. So if you're one of those people, even if you think you're accustomed and acclimated to the weather, still want to drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, and periodically you're going to want to take some breaks. Frequently, more than likely, especially if you can go inside, that's great. If you can't, some shade. Whatever it means for you, definitely just be mindful of the heat. Respect its power on us. We've already seen numerous reports of some heat-related illnesses around the area the last couple of days. Here's what the heat alerts look like on the map. You'll notice orange. This is going to be the heat advisory. 105 to 110. That's what you can expect in northwest Arkansas. In eastern Oklahoma, parts of western Arkansas, the River Valley, this is where it's going to be hottest. Our best odds to get anywhere between 110 to 115 here in pink. This is where the National Weather Service has issued an excessive heat warning for your Thursday. That expires at 9 p.m. this evening. But we'll have the exact same alerts in effect tomorrow on Friday as well. Let's walk through some of the numbers here. This is going to be Thursday evening, 9 p.m. Boy, it's still not going to feel comfortable out there. This is after the sunset. Right now, the sun's setting a little after 8 p.m. Still likely going to be feeling like we're in the 90s, some triple digits out there, not the most comfortable air, right? Waking up tomorrow morning, low 80s, mid to upper 80s in the River Valley. That is just not a comfortable bus stop forecast, right? That's what we got to deal with. Likely tomorrow's probably going to be the last really hot day, at least in the short term. We will see those temperatures warm right back into the triple digits, likely approaching 110 for Friday afternoon. Maybe not as hot in northwest Arkansas. We are tracking a bit of a boundary that's likely going to be moving into the area late this evening. It's going to bring a low chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. This is around midnight tonight. You'll notice that line extending from southwest Missouri into parts of Oklahoma. It's pretty broken, and the latest model guidance is telling us, hey, don't count on a lot of rain, probably not even much in the way of thunderstorm activity, but there's going to be a low chance a few of those might start to move through the area. You'll notice not everyone sees rain. In fact, I'll tell you, chances are better that most of us are going to be dry into the overnight hours. If you don't get rain tonight, you're going to get another opportunity. Now coming into picture with some of our high resolution models late Friday night into Saturday morning. It's another case where not everyone sees rain, but the chances probably are going to be a little bit better for many of us. This is 9:30 Friday evening. Maybe you got a hot date night. You might want to pack the umbrella. You might need it, especially in northwest Arkansas. You'll find some of those showers starting to move through. One of the things I've noticed with this latest set of data is the orientation of this thunderstorm complex is favoring far northeastern parts of the 5 News viewing area, closer into north central Arkansas. It's still possible that maybe this storm system that's going to be moving in out of Kansas, maybe it'll swing back off towards the west a little bit, take more of a westerly track, which would bring more rain to more of us. Nonetheless, places like Carroll County may have some of the best bets. This is Saturday morning, 3 a.m. So we're talking overnight. Certainly could get some heavy rain out of this. Maybe you're floating the Buffalo River, perhaps. You might want to be mindful of that this weekend. Some changing conditions, which could happen pretty quickly. Rain will taper off going into around sunrise going into Saturday. Still could be looking at some strong thunderstorms even in the first half of your Saturday. As for tonight's chance of rain and storms, it does come with a low potential of severe weather. Green here is going to be our level 1 potential. Again, this is all out of 5, right? So we're on the lower end of the scale. New, however, this afternoon, we have added parts of Benton, parts of Carroll County in this level 2 risk here in yellow. Level 2, level 1, the main concern, or let me say it differently. The primary concern we would expect to happen Could be some damaging winds. Could be some isolated heavy downpours out there as well. But when it comes to severe weather, damaging winds is going to be the most favored aspect. Again, there's a low chance people see rain at all. But if you do, just know that there is going to come with that a thunderstorm chance. Speaking of rain, sure could use some. Last week's drought monitor showed this. Comes out every Thursday. Here's how it works. They collect data from Thursday through Tuesday. And every Wednesday, they'll spend the day analyzing the data. And on Thursday, they tell us what it is. This was last week's. Developing drought across parts of Washington, Crawford County. This week's, however, shows now we're starting to see even more drought developing in Benton and Carroll County. It did have some improvements, especially across parts of eastern Oklahoma. Had some good rain over the last week or so in that area. In fact, had some flash flooding near McAllister, right? That helped when it comes to the drought issue, but not everyone has seen that meaningful, beneficial rainfall, and this drought concern is likely going to continue. In fact, I want to show you some of the mid-range trends. This is going to be the last week of August. We'll start with temperatures. Looks like most of the country is going to see above average afternoon high temperatures. That's not to say it's necessarily going to get blazing hot again. It just means if the average is 95, there's a good chance your afternoon high temperature probably is a little bit above that. And when it comes to precipitation, unfortunately, I was hoping to tell you we were seeing some strong indications that we were going to see above normal precip. That's not the case. The opposite, in fact, looks like our odds are slightly below normal for a good chunk of the area. Well, just to be clear, all of the area. Wish that would change, but we are entering into one of the drier periods of the year. We look at the jet stream, the overall weather pattern, to give us an idea of what we can expect coming our way. Right now, the jet stream's pretty flat. That heat dome pretty much stretching across the southern part of the United States and that deep red there. But look what happens once we put this into motion. We're going to see that jet stream become a bit more amplified. That ridge of high pressure is going to reposition itself really across the Four Corners region, the desert southwest. It's going to get really hot there from Denver to Las Vegas, El Paso, Phoenix, you name it, it's going to get blazing hot there. But what will happen for us is that jet stream is going to send us what we call northwest flow. And that is likely going to result in some temperatures being at least a little bit cooler than they have been lately. Look at the trend over the next week or so. Got to get through tomorrow. Blazing hot out there, right? Weather impact alert. But then we go into the weekend, temperatures slowly but surely coming down. And brand new this afternoon, I know you're going to love this. How about some 80s the first 3 days of next week? It's going to be a little bit below average for us. 87 Monday, Tuesday, 88 Wednesday. And then I think towards the second half of next week, we're probably expecting those temperatures to warm up. That was Northwest Arkansas in the River Valley. We're not going to spend as much time in the 80s, but noticeably cooler nonetheless. We're not going to split hairs over it, right? 100 to close out the work week tomorrow, mid to upper 90s Saturday and Sunday. We kick off next week on Monday, around 89 degrees. Go ahead, get the sweaters out of the closet. Order those pumpkin spice lattes. It's going to feel really nice out there. Doesn't stay nice long. Temperatures slowly warming back up also in the River Valley the second half of next week. Let's talk about that 10-day forecast only here on Channel 5. 75 degrees when you wake up tomorrow morning. Warm, muggy. 90s, upper 90s for many of us to close out the work week, but we start to see a disturbance move through Friday night into Saturday. Your chance of rain overall only about 30%. We'll have to keep an eye on that track, right? If it moves back off towards the west, as we discussed, perhaps we see a little bit more in the way of rainfall. The good news for us is when it comes to weekend plans, it would likely happen overnight into the first part of the Saturday. I don't think all day Saturday is going to be a washout. Our best bet is going to be the first half of the day. Sunday, 20% chance. Monday, 20% chance. And then we are smooth sailing for a couple of days. Mid to upper 80s, sunshine, lower humidity throughout the first half of next week. Not bad at all, with a slow warm-up trend going into the following weekend. In the River Valley, weather impact alert. We want you to be safe out there. We want you to be careful with the heat. We know you're used to it. We know it happens around here every summer, but that doesn't necessarily make it safer. With those heat index values ranging from 110 to 115, it doesn't take much to get yourself into trouble with some of those heat-related illnesses, whether that's heat exhaustion, or, of course, the worst example, a heat stroke. We're not going to go with an alert right now on Saturday. We think temperatures are going to come down just enough, courtesy of some of those showers and those thunderstorms. By Sunday, we're going to feel a little bit better. Normal temperatures, 95 degrees in the afternoon. Lower humidity starts to filter into the area in the River Valley early next week, and then we'll see some pretty comfortable, at least for late August, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday as well. Looks to dry out the second half of next week, likely going into next week. So dog days of summer technically over, but boy, we are going to endure this second heat wave, third heat wave, fourth heat wave. I've honestly lost count at this point, but relief is in sight. You love to see those temperatures trending down like that. Unfortunately, the long-range trend suggests maybe we're going to close out the latter half of August a little bit above normal. All right, that's a deep dive into the forecast. Love seeing you here on 5 Plus. We're going to keep you posted throughout the course of the weekend with regards to those rain chances, how it could impact some of your plans. And if anything changes, you can count on us to let you know right here, 5newsonline.com, 5 Plus, and as well on air. For everyone here on the 5 News Weather Team, thanks for joining us. I'm Chief Meteorologist Skot Covery.